Hey, it's Todd Duncan. Welcome to our 2020 Gave Me campaign, and welcome to today's gift, the gift of time. We're in our third day together. Each of these days are going to be a 10 to 15 minute experience for you. I encourage you to make them part of your morning rhythm and get your day started off the right way as I share with you gifts that I feel 2020 gave me, and I believe that they probably gave you. The third gift that 2020 gave me is that time is precious, life can be short, and priorities matter. The gifts of life and purpose over the last 2 days hopefully has set the stage for today's gift, the gift of time. We must, all of us, be more intentional about how we use our time, which impacts our productivity, our stress, and our work-life balance. Early in my career, I became passionate about the idea that time is one of the great gifts we receive the day that we are born. As I grew up and as I entered business, I realized that how time is used is often the great ingredient that defines the difference between success and then significance. There's a lot of people that are successful and they're not balancing their time the right way, and unfortunately, they get robbed of significance. You can't have significance without achievement and contribution. And so this idea of time is hugely important. I learned that no matter what the circumstances are, we must push for getting more from less. We must reimagine how we use time. We must put guardrails and boundaries on this most precious gift and not let circumstances, not let society, not let environments or drama negatively impact our growth and our forward momentum. Arguably, the one area which must be mastered if you are to have the life and business of your dreams is time. It's important to manage stress effectively before it decreases the quality of your life and the quality of your work. Efficiency and effectiveness lead to higher levels of energy. Most stressful situations can be a result of poor time use, procrastination, misguided priorities, lack of boundaries, and clarity around your dreams and inspirations. Former CEO of General Electric, Jack Welch, once said, quote, "There's no such thing as work-life balance. There are work-life choices, and you make them, and they have consequences," end quote. I think COVID has proven a lot. I mean, if we order work around our life priorities, we will in essence put lifestyle boundaries on the business. Start times, end times, go home times, disconnected times at home, call times, process times, thinking times, in the purest and simplest way I know, blocks of time to perform key activities that produce productivity, profits, and fulfillment of purpose. But that is a choice of going for what you really want and what matters most. I think reimagining your use of time can be one of the great gifts you take from 2020. It is for me. I've said for years, if you don't put boundaries on your business, you can't achieve balance in your life. What have we learned from 2020? Stuff happens. Stuff happens we can't control. Markets get good. Markets get bad. Business is up. Business is down. The economy's healthy. The economy's hurting. People have jobs. People don't have jobs. New businesses open. Mature businesses must close. Working remotely might save us time from commuting and maybe add to efficiency, but working remotely is hard and requires different disciplines and commitments. My point is that even through all of that, a minute is still a minute, an hour is still an hour, and a day is still a day. Time will never change. It is a constant. But we must reimagine now more than ever how to get more from less. I own an event company. COVID has eliminated events from the planet in the traditional way that events were held. Our business plan was suspended without warning 2 weeks after COVID hit. But time is time, truth is truth, and if you're an optimist, there's lemonade in every lemon. So imagine for a moment understanding time, understanding events being canceled, understanding that maybe there is something good about this. Maybe there's some good that we can pull out of this experience. And so we pivoted fast. We reimagined what we would do with our content. We upgraded our recording studio. We began to get into the live stream business almost immediately. And early on, in just one live streaming event, I got to speak to over 4,000 people. In what I call the old days, less than a year ago, that would have required probably 10 cities, maybe 20 airplane flights, potentially 10 hotels. And I would have to do all that to speak to the same number of people. And I was able to do that here from my studio in 4 hours. No planes, no hotels, and the same game-changing content. Everything is changing, but time is not. It is still the constant of all constants. One of the guys that I've mentored for a decade said this about what's possible when you get your head around time mastery and reimagining things. He said, quote, "I bought 102 rental properties in the last 5 years. I live off 25% of my income. I have no other debts other than my mortgages, and I take 20 weeks of vacation per year." Wow. It's the ultimate of possibilities. Control what you do, control who you do it with, control what you say yes to, who you say yes to, and most importantly, what and who you say no to. When work is out of control, most often life gets out of control. But when work is in control and we control the timepiece, we will have a healthier experience off the job, even during COVID. Everything that isn't right about your business did not happen in the last day or week or month or maybe even the last year. And everything that isn't working is kind of like a slow fade. I mean, day after day, we stopped paying attention to the disciplines of success we deployed and managed when everything was working. And over time, there is a slow fade away from those disciplines. And we end up one day waking up and realizing, holy cow, what happened? What is happening to you today is usually not about what you did or did not do today. It's about what you did or did not do yesterday and the day befores and the weeks before and the months before. The great news is you can change that right now, today. You can choose the life you desire. You can have a different life experience. You can have a better and more peaceful experience. You can have a more productive experience. It's not easy, especially during these times, but it's possible. I truly think that we all have the opportunity of a lifetime to design and pursue the life we actually want. Thought leadership says that instead of wondering when you will take your next vacation, hard to pin down anyway right now, right? Maybe you should design your life so you don't need to escape from it. I mean, popular marketer Seth Godin says this. He says, there's no work-life balance. I think you have to have the discipline to have the life you want to have. And if you're stealing from one part of your life in order to make the other part work, you're going to pay for it. End quote. I have volumes of material on time mastery, but you know what? It comes down to one simple principle. Everything can be improved. And the area that matters most is you push to keep the priorities. Even during COVID, that was resoundingly reinforced in how we were juggling life's priorities. When you keep the priorities, it feeds your personal and professional health, helps you get more done in less time, creates an ultimate balancing impact, which everybody wants more of. So here's the question to ponder today. What should you say more of no to so you can make room to say more of yes to what really matters? There's so much power in the 2-letter word no. No to people, no to process, no to task, no to drama. Just come up with a list of what you should say more of no to. And you're going to find that if you do that each and every day, you're going to create all this space to say yes to what really matters.